Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are comparing the original Randolph Aviator sunglasses against the Aviator 2. So first off, the main difference here is going to be the fact that the Aviator 2 has a sweat bar. So let's go ahead and pop on the Aviator 2 and kind of take a look at that. So here we can see this is a double bridge pair of sunglasses, just like the original Aviator. But if we look closer, we can see an additional brow bar here, which is going to make contact with the bridge of my face. And what this does is it actually prevents the sunglasses from going forward and touching my eyebrows here. So here, as you can see, it's actually going to really do a good job of helping prevent the sunglass lens touch my eyebrows. Now, as you can see here, I have pretty bushy eyebrows. So let me go ahead and pop on a pair of original Randolph Aviator sunglasses. And here, as we probably can see, my eyebrows are in fact making contact with the lenses. Now this isn't really a problem unless you're sweating. So if you're sweating or have oily skin over time, just a couple hours, you're actually going to notice that the lenses are actually going to get a little smudgy right there where the eyebrows made contact with the sunglass lens, or where just your face maybe even made contact with the lenses. So over time, that's actually going to be an issue. And if you were to wear these for hours and hours and hours at a time, for example, behind a cockpit, eventually the sweat is actually going to drip from the top and slightly impede your vision because it's going to be in the middle of the lens, kind of blocking things and making things look a little less sharp, which is definitely a problem, especially if you're a fighter pilot and you have this whole helmet on and everything like that. It's going to be really hard to actually kind of lift up the visor. You got to pull the sunglasses off and then clean them with a cleaning cloth or something like that. It's just not really practical as far as that goes. Now, of course, I'm not a fighter jet pilot, unfortunately. The closest thing I have to that is a motorcycle. So if I'm riding my motorcycle out on the road, I definitely prefer to wear my Randolph Aviator 2s because what it's doing is it's adding separation between the lens and my eyebrows, and I can wear these for much, much longer without having to worry about any sweat getting on the lenses. Now, I will say with the Aviator 2, if you wear these for kind of months at a time, the brow bar on the inside is actually going to get quite gross and grimy and greasy and just kind of disgusting. And it's going to be a little bit hard to clean because you have to get in between the top ridge and then that acetate brow bar. So it's going to be a little bit hard to clean. I definitely recommend putting them in an ultrasonic cleaner or something like that, or just being very careful and putting a cleaning cloth in between the gap there, but try not to bend it. It's very strong material. These are built very well, so you don't have to worry about breaking them too much, but just something to know, or that can get kind of dirty where you're just not going to have that problem on an original Randolph Aviator pair of sunglasses. Now, a lot of people assume that the Aviator 2s actually weigh more than the original Aviators, and I did as well, but I put these on my scale, and they both come in exactly at 27.4 grams. So there's no weight difference between this pair of sunglasses and this pair of sunglasses. The only difference are these are kind of like a special edition, so they do have nose rests here with the Shelby. They are different nose rests, so maybe those nose rests weigh a little bit less than the traditional ones that are found on this Aviator. I'm really not too sure, but basically the weight's the exact same, plus or minus maybe a gram at top, so you don't have to worry about these being too much heavier. Now, there actually is a downside to having that brow bar, and that is the fact that sunglasses don't get quite as close to your face as it does with the original Randolph Aviator. So here we can see they're going to get much closer to my face, and because of that, they're going to have better coverage from the sun. So it's not going to allow quite as much sun to go in through the gaps, where here on the Aviator 2, because it's pushing the sunglasses more forward on your face, there's definitely a much bigger gap to let sunlight in unprotected. So definitely some pros and cons here between these two sunglasses. Now, of course, you have to talk about the styling aspect of these sunglasses. Personally, I really do prefer the original Aviator, just so clean and good looking, but the Aviator 2, in my opinion, definitely does look a little bit more masculine. It kind of reminds me of the 1970s. I feel like I could go outside and chop up some wood or do something really manly with this pair of sunglasses on. Just a really, really good look. And personally, I do love the Aviator 2 with a gold frame, and I do own those as well. But in today's video, I'm just demonstrating their Shelby collaboration collaboration. The colorway here is their black chrome frames with their apex gray semi-polarized lenses, and that semi-polarization is really, really incredible. I definitely recommend getting your hands on one of these to really see what all the hype is about these semi-polarized lenses, but it's really great because it's going to help increase your contrast. I have a whole video dedicated to this, but semi-polarized lenses increase the contrast a lot more than just straight up polarized lenses do, and they're also going to help give you much better depth perception as well, which is important for riding a motorcycle or driving a race car or something like that. Now, the Aviator that I have in today's video is their matte black frame with their red line, again, semi-polarized lenses from their DriveWorks collaboration. I'm going to leave a link in the description below directly to these sunglasses on Randolph's website, where I recommend buying these sunglasses from. And we also do make a small amount of commission from them as well, so I do want to mention that. So overall, which one is better? Well, the Aviator 2 is probably an overall better pair of sunglasses just because of the practicality of that brow bar and also how good they look as well. But when it comes down to it, I still do prefer the original Aviator. I just love the look of these frames. They look so good, and I also do like how they have a little bit better coverage from the sun as well. But either way, you really can't go wrong with picking up either one of these. They're both going to look absolutely fantastic. And as far as pricing goes, I forgot to mention that they are both the exact same price when it comes to just the traditional gold-plated frames from Randolph. Obviously, these are both two different collaborations, so the Shelby collaboration I think costs a little bit more money because it's a co-branded collaboration there. But when it just comes to comparing a normal Aviator versus a normal Aviator 2, the price is actually the exact same. And honestly, there is a decent amount more labor involved to make the Aviator 2 by having somebody hand weld that brow bar. And these are hand welded, these are handmade in America. So you'd think it actually costs more money, but for whatever reason, Randolph does keep the price the same. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below. And of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.